What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and today I'm back to talk about Warhammer 40K. So in this one, it's different than most because this is a review on the first episode for Hammer and Bolter titled Old Bale Eye. Now, if you don't know why this is happening, basically Warhammer community said you guys have 24 hours to watch the first episode for free before it goes away and it's locked behind the paywall that you need to have Warhammer Plus. So GW normally doesn't do things for free, so this is pretty daunting. If GW is giving everybody a sneak peek at their animation subscription service, then they're probably trying to entice you to make the purchase, make the subscription, pay for a whole year, and get 2 months free. But anyway, it's already kind of bittersweet because obviously everybody wants to see 40K fan animations, and GW's like, nope. Fan animators are no longer able to animate unless they're working with us. So that already has the community in an uproar. And then they go ahead and say, this is your free look at one of our animations that we have that's supposed to entice the fandom to say, you know what, I think we forgive you, or you know what, we'll change our minds, we'll pay the subscription fee of $5.99 a month to watch these animations. And in my opinion, I don't know. I don't think they did it for me. So by the time this video comes out, I think the free 24-hour period is over. But basically, you guys didn't lose very much if you didn't catch the animation. And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find re-uploads of it on YouTube or wherever. But anyway, the first episode of the anthology that pits many different aspects of the Warhammer 40K universe in animation form is about the Orcs and Commissar Yarrick. If you don't know who these guys are, Yarrick is an Astra Militarum Commissar who the Orcs revere as a good enemy. And that's pretty much the entire basis for this animation. It starts off where you have two orc boys who are trying to eat a grot, but the runt herder comes up and basically protects them. And to teach these boys a lesson, he tells them that they shouldn't pick on somebody, smaller or weaker than them, that they should find an enemy that they need to fight and strive to be better than. And he talks about Commissar Yarrick, who is his enemy. An enemy to all orcs and an enemy to Ghazghkull Mag Uruk Thraka. So then you get a little, I want to say it's a lore retelling of Commissar Yarrick's history, backstory, but put in animation form. Now I know animating is not an easy task. It is very difficult, especially if it's hand-drawn. You gotta draw multiple frames, depending on how intense and how epic you want the action to be. You're maybe doing a ton of frames, and it's only gonna last a few seconds. So you literally could be working for weeks to have a 10-second animation done. So I understand that animating is difficult, animating is time-consuming, and with that in mind, I do want to say that this episode doesn't have the best animations. Sometimes it looks very choppy, other times it's literally a still image with effects and it's zooming in or zooming out. So it's not very visually pleasing for the most part. There are a few action sequences that really kind of take you out of it. For example, when you first see Commissar Yarrick and he's fighting against the orc that he takes his choppa from, or his power claw, the battle's really lackluster in my opinion. The way he beats him and takes one of his most iconic weapons is very simple and downplayed, and it's not very epic for what it should have been, could have been. So all in all, it's different than what I was expecting, because the way you look at the theme, the animation style, the drawing of it, it looks very reminiscent to Castlevania, and I was expecting really great fluid animation. If you guys saw the final season for Castlevania on Netflix, you know what I'm talking about. The final battle against like the big bad guy or whatever, I'm trying not to spoil it, is just so visually pleasing. Like, that is some of the best animation that I've seen ever. Like, it is really, really good. Like, go ahead and watch Castlevania. The first season's pretty good. The middle seasons kind of slow it down, but then they hit you like a ton of bricks with that last season, and it's just amazing. And I thought it was going to be something at least similar to that, but unfortunately not. And to put out something of that quality for free to try to entice people to buy it after GW's already on bad standings with like the fan base, I don't think that was a good idea. They could have put more effort into it, or I don't know. It's just, for me, I was expecting more, and I was kind of disappointed with what they gave us. But again, if you don't know about Commissar Yarrick, this could be a good like introduction to his lore. Like I said, a few scenes were pretty cool. It is pretty awesome to see Yarrick in animated form, and a few of the fight scenes it looked like almost CGI, but like a kind of bad CGI. Like when the Space Marines show up, I didn't get the feeling that like their bolters were powerful. I saw a few las guns being fired, and I'm like, I didn't know las guns looked like this. Not just that, but like the whole beginning portion with the orcs, to me, they didn't feel very 40k orky. They were kind of like yeah, you do see blood and stuff like that, but it just seemed kind of PG orcs. And I just didn't get the feel of a true 40k orc was being showcased to me during this animation. But all in all, I'll give it a 4 out of 10 because, like I said, there were a few parts there that were pretty cool. And it is entertaining, I guess you could say. But the animation wasn't doing it for me. And the feel of 40k is there at some parts and it's not at others. But if you guys did go ahead and watch this, let me know what you thought down below. Will you be going to go ahead and go with this subscription for Warhammer Plus, or are you guys gonna pass? That's all I got. Like, it wasn't good in my opinion, but do know that like the animators from Astartes are putting out their second animation, or at least second part of their animation for the Astartes series on Warhammer Plus. So great animators are working with GW, and there are other episodes to this anthology, but unfortunately that's all going to be held behind a paywall. So that's where I'll leave it, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinion, and we'll go from there. This has been the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you then.